Then we're going to start in 3, 2. Hey, Tom, so talk to us. Tell me one or a couple uncommon marketing tactics or strategies that you know can definitely help practice owners out if we were to implement it today.
Well, Michael, I think I'm going to talk about case acceptance and how using a series of video funnels can actually take case acceptance from the national average of 41% into the mid 80s.
Mhm.
And how does that actually work? It works because you have to find out what's actually driving case acceptance down to that low number of 41%, right? So a
Mhm.
lot of consultants out there that are trying to help doctors talk to patients a little bit better, that knee-to-knee conversation. We can always get better at that. But what's going to be really helpful is addressing the actual issue for the case acceptance. And what it comes down to is this. When patients are actually coming into the practice, what's going on in their head, right?
Mhm.
They're nervous. They're a little fearful. They've got something wrong with their mouth. They don't know what it is. They don't know what it's going to take to fix it. They don't know how much it's going to cost, right? Or how many
Mhm.
times they're going to have to miss work. And then they haven't met the big scary doctor yet, right?
Mhm.
With those things going on, how do we address those things to make them feel more comfortable? And honestly, if you're working with somebody, if you're working with the patient and they get to know you a little bit better, they're going to have that confidence and be a little bit more comfortable the first time they see you. Now they feel like they're actually talking to a friend. So that's what these video funnels accomplish. So you start off with maybe a little bit more of a generic welcome video. Now, when I say generic, I don't mean not personal, but start off with a video like that, and then let the patient kind of get to know the doctor, so it brings down some of those walls. And again, we're not talking a 5-minute video, and we're not talking a marketing video. We're talking just a almost like a I'm talking to you right now, Michael type video, where it doesn't seem rehearsed. It's kind of personal, and they just get to know the doctor a little bit. Once they do, now they can go in and say, hey, how do I like get this done? Whatever my need is. Maybe it's aligners, maybe it's implants. And now you give a little bit more detailed of a video. Again, not super clinical, just something that gives them an idea that you know what you're doing as a doctor. But the key here is making them feel comfortable and confident. Michael, have you heard this, the Maya Angelou quote? People forget what you said, they forget what you did, but they never forget how you made them feel. Have you heard
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's a great quote. And that's what these videos have to be focused on. Because now, once they've seen those two videos, they feel more comfortable, they feel more confident. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of information, right? I'm going to fill out some information and tell you, hey, this is what I'm interested in. And now it's a great idea to give them a video consult back. Now, what should this video consult be, right? If you've given them a platform to share some pictures, maybe a little bit about their story, you're not actually going to be able to diagnose them in most cases with the pictures that they're sending. It just doesn't work out that way. And that's not what the focus should really be. It should be all about getting them comfortable and confident so they want to come into the practice, right?
Mhm.
So if we do that and now you send them a video back, now you're actually responding to them, and always there should be a time frame in between that. So it's not happening immediately, but probably the next day. Now by the time they come in to see you in your practice, they've already seen you 3 times. This is the fourth time. Even though it's only your first time seeing them, they're more comfortable, they're confident. In that response video, you can share with them, hey, this is a range of payments that we feel like if it's aligners, it's $4,000 to $8,000. You'll probably come in to see me 5 to 8 times. So you're giving them some expectations of what's going to actually end up happening. And these 3 short videos we've seen more than double case acceptance. And at first blush, it might seem like, well, how does that happen? Well, think of it. If you've seen these videos, you see the doctor, you figure out, okay, this is about how much it's going to cost. This is how many times it's going to take me to do this. And by the way, you're going to have a great, beautiful smile. What reason would that patient have for actually booking an appointment other than to move forward? And that's the key here, Michael. It's when they come in, they're not they don't have you like at arm's length. They don't have their walls built up. They're not coming in to see, am I going to move forward with this treatment? The conversation and collaboration is all about how are we going to move forward with this treatment? It's really revolutionary. We're seeing it work all over the country right now. And just that slight difference has made that big of a difference. The one other thing I'll share with you
Mhm.
is I was at a seminar this last weekend and I heard one of the speakers share something called the primacy effect, right? Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
No, I haven't either, but I have heard this,
Mhm.
that you don't get a second chance to make a first impression, right?
Mhm.
Well, what the primacy effect states is, and they're proving this scientifically now, is your first impression of someone or something is embedded in your brain. And regardless of what you see next, you try to categorize it in that same light. So if you have a positive first impression, then subsequent interactions, your brain tries to mold that into a more of a positive light. But the same thing is true if it's negative. So the first impression is critical. And what this allows you to do, if you're using video like this, we're talking about these video funnels, who gets to make that first impression? It's not the person at the front desk. It's actually the doctor, the one who's probably the most passionate about their practice, and they're getting to know and see them right up front. And now every other interaction after that the brain is going to try and categorize that into that positive first impression that the doctor just led. And again, we're seeing case acceptance double into the 80s when you're using these videos. So it's really pretty exciting. You can take it out, you can use it today. What I like to call it is, it's right now the only automated way that you can actually qualify patients instead of having the doctor do it. Let videos do it for you. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So then what do you recommend? Like I know there's companies to do it, but I mean, how would you recommend it in the sense if like let's just say I decided to make my first welcome video, right?
Yeah.
And it's like a minute long. Hey, welcome. How's it going? Blah, blah, blah. Where does this live? Do I put it on YouTube and then embed it in like my homepage? And then what's too many videos too?
A couple of questions there. The first, it should be really anywhere you own and control your web presence. In other words, where are patients finding you? So it should
Mhm.
definitely be on your website. Have it on your Instagram, your Facebook, Google My Business, your Yelp page, wherever they're finding you and making a decision that says, hey, do I want to go see this dentist?
Mhm.
Funnel those leads that you're getting to this initial welcome video. And then once they're in the welcome video, they should be in that kind of middle of the funnel videos where they take you from the welcome to the treatment and then to the response back to the patient. But it really should be anywhere there.
Okay. So then let's just say you're doing like 4 or 5 videos. Would you say that's maybe too much? Like you should have probably closed it in by now or
I think that what we're finding is 3 videos is good. The first one in this video funnel is the welcome video where you get to know the doctor a little bit.
Mhm.
The second video is, okay, they're interested in a specific treatment, let's say aligners or implants or whatever. And again, this is the second video. And these videos, they should really be 30 to 60 seconds long. If you go into a lot of detail about the clinical nature of it and what's going to happen and what, first of all, you're going to talk over everybody's head because people aren't dentists, right?
Mhm.
And secondly, you might scare them a little bit. The idea is to make them feel comfortable and confident. And then you need a third video. Those first 2 are kind of generic, even though they're personalized, to go out to the masses. When they respond, now you respond with a specific video for that person. And if you're doing it correctly, you're really going to gain their confidence and their trust, and they're going to want to come in to get the real diagnosis from the doctor in the practice. So you're
Yeah.
really qualifying that lead. Because right now, Michael, what happens is the doctor's usually qualifying the lead while they're sitting in your chair. I've been in sales and marketing my whole career. the last thing you want to have is your most highly skilled and highly paid employee kind of qualifying every lead. You want to have that done in some other fashion. And if you can have it done in an automated way, that's the best way to do it, because now you're not utilizing any of your resources. They could be doing something else.
Yeah. One last question I want to ask, like, how do you know you're doing it the wrong way? How like, let's just say it's not, I do the 3 videos, right? And they funnel to the welcome video, but you're like, I haven't seen any results in the past. I haven't never seen results. Like, how do you know you're doing it the wrong way?
You're doing it the wrong way if it looks like a marketing video and it's like, hi, I'm Tom Brown and this is my, that's not what they want to hear. They want to hear, hey, I'm talking to Michael, Michael's talking to Tom. That's what they want to hear from the doctor. It's very casual. It shouldn't be staged, or at least it shouldn't appear staged. And honestly, you should go in with kind of a script in mind, but you don't want to read it either. You want to be comfortable with what you're delivering, because again, what we've found is the more it looks like it's staged, the lower the results, because now it just appears like another marketing video instead of a conversation that's happening between a doctor and a patient. Does that make sense?
Makes sense. Makes sense. Gotcha. Awesome. Awesome, Tom. I appreciate your time. And if anyone has further questions, where can they find you at?
They can find me at Your Virtual Consult, and you can meet us at yourvirtualconsult.com. You can also get in touch with me at tom.brown@yourvirtualconsult.com or call 858-939-9338, because Your Virtual Consult has figured this out, and the platform that we have actually achieves and accomplishes everything we just talked about. The demo takes about 12 minutes. So, hey, send in some information, get in contact with us, and in 12 minutes, you're going to see, wow, I was skeptical when you said 41% to 89%, but right now, 68.2% of all the doctors that see our demo, so more than 2 out of 3, are actually going with our platform in less than a month. So it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple. And I think that's what people are seeing. It's simplicity that technology is kind of created for us, especially in this post-COVID time.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. So guys, definitely go in the show notes below. And then Tom, thank you so much for being with me on this Monday morning marketing episode.
Michael, thank you. Love it. Love hanging out with you.